It kind of is picking up. We are still maybe 30% below what probably used to be, but things are slowly picking up in that sense. COVID definitely affect the sales of it. Right? So in the sense, like we used to have always been 80% of our revenue was contributed by dining in. So what we do is in the last year, we have focused a little bit more on retail and online and direct-to-consumer sales. We've seen a growth in retail, reaching out to more consumers, but the consumption per person is not at the same rate as consumption per person at the restaurant or at the bar. I'm John, I'm the founder of Brewlander. We started in 2016, but I actually started this journey as a hobby, home brewing at first in 2008. We found this brewery in Cambodia. What I used to do is I fly up there, spend 2-3 weeks to oversee the whole production. Within 2 days, the beers would arrive back in Singapore. Interesting thing is we signed this lease 1st April of 2020, and in 2 days they announced circuit breaker, right? And it really hit us badly, right? Because we couldn't start renovation until July, so we really literally burned 3 months of rent, 3 months of production overheads, right? All the salaries and everything. Production was haywire. Stocks inventory was haywire. Then after that, when things opened up, right, we found that material costs actually went up. The 4 main ingredients for brewing, they are all imported. Our logistics cost of malts and hops have gone up, 40-50% at least. Right? We also bought a lot of machineries for the brewery. We can't ship it out because it's delayed here, right? So we had to pay storage costs of those equipment somewhere else. And when they all finally arrived, we couldn't get installers in. And all these costs actually affects our margins and our bottom line, right? Or it actually increased the cost of goods sold, right? But we can't at this moment go back to our customers who are also suffering in F&B to say, hey, you know what, I've got to put a price increase because all my material costs and production costs have gone up 30%. So we had to put everything together. And it was a big challenge. Finally, in January this year, 2021, we got our brewing license. We built a big brewery. There's excess capacity here. We are currently working on a non-alcoholic beer. So what we are trying to do, right, at least, is to provide options. Thankfully, we were the first local brewery or local craft brewery that was allowed to produce non-alcoholic beverages as well. So we have recently just started a collaboration with Eggslut on a craft soda range. Yeah, so with all this, it allows us to provide more options and speak to a larger audience, right? So we focus still a lot on retail, direct to consumer. Is how do we remain relevant during this time when people are still stuck at home? We started new channels that allow us to deliver beers directly to the customers, and we see that very much more as engagement. With every adversity, right, it forces us to grow, right? It forces us to be more resilient. It forces us not to give up.